And hey everyone, big breaking news just dropped this afternoon, and it's got the political world buzzing. It's all about Keir Starmer and Andy Burnham, and wow, things just took a wild turn. So here's what's going down. Starmer, the Prime Minister, has been acting a little jumpy over the past few days, and now we know why. Just yesterday, Andy Burnham announced he wanted to ditch his role as Mayor of Manchester and make a return to Westminster as an MP. Yeah, he was ready to swap the city for the capital and jump right back into Parliament. Andrew Gwynn even took the first step by giving up his seat for Denton and Reddish, a major move that had everyone whispering that Burnham was about to swoop right in. It all looked like part of a clever behind-the-scenes plan, and Burnham even wrote a letter saying he was ready to go for it. But here's the twist, and it's huge. In the last few minutes, words come out that Starmer's own allies have blocked Burnham from making his return. Can you believe that? This says a lot about what's really going on inside the party. Things are heating up fast, and it's only getting messier. So buckle up, because this story's about to get explosive. So it's official. Andy Burnham's big comeback plan has just hit a wall. His bid to return as an MP has been completely shut down by Labour's top governing body. What a shocker. This move has everyone talking, and the drama's only getting deeper. Let's check out this breaking update and see exactly how it all went down.
Breaking news, Andy Burnham has been blocked by the Labour Party's National Executive Committee from running in the forthcoming Gorton and Denton by-election. He had intimated that he wanted to do that in a letter yesterday, standing down as the Labour Mayor of Greater Manchester. But he's been blocked from doing so by the party's Executive Committee. Let's bring in Amanda Acas now as our political correspondent in Westminster. There were going to be ramifications either way, Amanda, but it certainly seems that Keir Starmer's loyalists on the Executive Committee have decided they don't want him to run.
Well, yes, this is a bit of a bombshell announcement for the Labour Party, which, as you say, will have huge ramifications, potentially even igniting a bit of a civil war in the backbenches of the parliamentary Labour Party between those who are loyal to Sir Keir Starmer and those who would have liked to seen Andy Burnham return to Westminster and potentially be in position to mount a leadership challenge of his own in future. But yes, so the board of the National Executive Committee is made up of very senior members in the party. It's chaired by Shabana Mahmood, the Home Secretary. Sir Keir Starmer is on it, also Ellie Reeves. There are also a number of union representatives. They only met at 11 o'clock. They took less than an hour to take their decision after last night Andy Burnham confirmed that he did want to seek permission from the board to step down as Mayor of Greater Manchester after just 2 years into his term, to seek to run to be an MP in that by-election in a suburb of Manchester. Now, he argued in his letter that he wanted to be able to use the lessons that he'd learned as Manchester Mayor on a national political basis. He said politics, there was poison in politics that was pitting people against each other, and he felt it was right for him to lead the fight from the front against that kind of politics. And he did have some veiled criticism of the government in terms of how people were feeling that the government wasn't doing enough for them in terms of the cost of living. But he did say within his letter that he pledged that he would support the work of the government, not seek to undermine it, and that he'd given his pledge to the Prime Minister. But it seems that that assurance has not quite been enough to win over the NEC.
It's plain as day. Keir Starmer looks rattled right now. You can see it all over this situation. The party might try to spin it. They might act like nothing's wrong, but the truth always leaks out. The Labour leadership can deny it all they want, but the cracks are showing big time. Every time the media talks about infighting within Labour, people brush it off, but it always turns out to be true. And this time is no different. The party's clearly divided, and a lot of its members don't even seem to stand behind Starmer anymore. It's no secret that the tension's been brewing for months, and every single twist has led straight to this moment. Word was already spreading back in December that something like this would explode, and here we are. Now Starmer's stuck in a corner thinking, wait, my own team actually wants Burnham to lead instead of me. You can imagine the panic behind the scenes. He knows the writing's on the wall, and instead of facing it, he's trying to control the damage. But let's be real, this move just makes him look nervous, even weak. It screams insecurity. Blocking Burnham like this only fuels the talk that Starmer's afraid of losing his grip on power. So now he's trying to cover it up by saying something like, "Oh, Andy's doing a great job in Manchester and we need him there." Please, nobody's buying that. Let's not pretend Burnham's sudden interest in Westminster was about representing Denton and Reddish or some deep passion for national politics. He had his eyes locked on Starmer's chair, and everyone knows it. This whole situation's pure political drama, and it's getting juicier by the hour. So from where things stand, that's exactly why Keir Starmer has backed off and played it safe. He's thinking, no way am I risking my seat right now. And honestly, it makes sense. Andy Burnham was the one real threat who could actually push him out of power. The rest of the party, no one comes close. Maybe Angela Rayner could make some noise, and even West Streeting's name might get tossed around, but Burnham was the serious contender. Now all eyes are on May to see what happens next. This whole situation is about to shake things up big time inside Labour, and trust me, there's going to be uproar when the rest of the story comes out. Starmer clearly decided he didn't want a public showdown. He's avoiding chaos at all costs. But that choice says a lot. It shows he's protecting his own seat rather than facing a challenge head-on. From one angle, though, this might actually be a good thing. Let's be honest, Burnham's track record doesn't exactly shine. He's been running Manchester for years, and many people aren't impressed with how things turned out. Some call him unreliable and even say his leadership has been messy. His style leans heavy on the far left side, and it stirred up plenty of controversy across the city. So yeah, in a strange way, Starmer blocking him might have saved Labour from an even bigger headache. And when it comes to that Denton and Reddish by-election, reports suggested Labour would have easily taken it if Burnham was the candidate. That was his only real shot at walking back into Westminster. Now that the doors slam shut, everything's up in the air, and the drama's only getting started. Now, looking at the latest polls, things get even more interesting. If Andy Burnham isn't standing as Labour's candidate, the Reform Party suddenly has a real shot at taking that by-election. Reform has already said they're throwing everything they've got into this one, full campaign power, all eyes on that seat. If they actually manage to win, it'd be a huge boost for them and a serious blow to Labour's confidence. What a twist that would be. So from every angle, this is turning into surprisingly good news. I'll admit, I've got no problem poking fun at Keir Starmer. Everyone knows I'm not exactly his biggest fan. But hey, my issue isn't just with him. It's the idea of swapping him out for someone like Andy Burnham, who's even more extreme with his politics. That would have been chaos for Labour and bad news for the country. What we need is balance, not another round of wild leadership from the far left side. So yeah, Burnham getting blocked might actually save Labour from sinking even deeper into division. As much as I enjoy seeing Starmer sweat under pressure, it's clear that Burnham in power would have been an even bigger mess. And now, with Reform making moves and Labour scrambling for footing, things are about to get fiery. We could seriously see Reform grab another seat, which would shake the political map once again. The game's changing fast, and everyone's watching how this one plays out. It's going to be really interesting to see who Labour puts forward as their new candidate. They're slipping fast in what used to be one of their safest seats, and the numbers don't lie. That old Labour stronghold could easily flip this time. Reform's right on their heels. The latest polls showed Labour only had the edge if Andy Burnham was running, and now that he's officially out, Reform's chances just shot way up. This could turn into a massive upset. Honestly, it's shaping up to be one of the wildest moments in British politics this year. Keir Starmer knows exactly what's going on. He's not about to risk letting Burnham back in and hand him the keys to the party. It'd be like a turkey voting for Christmas, total self-sabotage. Starmer understands that if he opens that door, the whole party could turn against him overnight, and he'd be out before he knew it. And we all know leaders like him won't let that happen without a fight. So the show goes on with Starmer holding the line, at least for now. But the tension inside Labour isn't going anywhere. It's only building. Keep an eye out, because you might start hearing more about Angela Rayner or even West Streeting stepping up as possible challengers. The battle for control is just beginning, and it's definitely not over yet. But what do you think about all this? Do you see Reform taking the win this time? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you've got to say. And don't forget to hit that like, subscribe and share button to keep up with all the latest political drama. Oh, and check out the newest merch drop. It's fire. Catch you on the next one. Take care and peace out.